Something that's really been bugging me, and I've seen you guys post this same thing and concern and wondering if I was going to talk about it. So I am here to talk about this, and particularly why Sony cannot succeed in mimicking the MCU and what Kevin Feige does, and why this ultimately will not pay off for them on their standalone films. So first and foremost, you have to have a person overseeing everything with a certain vision and a certain feel to everything that they want. They have to put their own touch on it to make it feel like a part of a connected universe. As a whole, the MCU works because of Kevin Feige having his hands in all of these things. And then the directors that establish some of the other franchises coming and lend their hand and their thoughts on what their characters are going to do going forward on the team-up films. James Gunn was there for the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. Peyton Reed was there for Ant-Man. So you understand how it's a collaborative thing that brings everybody together and they make one vision. One vision that Kevin Feige first had for the MCU and how to structure all of these films and how to give them all this sort of same feel while each having a individuality. Yes, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy have the same beats at a base level with the humor and the undertones and how they present themselves, but they're largely different films that look way different than one another. And that's the Marvel specialty. That's why people associate a certain version and a look with the franchise. Now people are wondering, is Sony going to try to mimic this? And the answer is obviously yes. You have to try to mimic success. That was the point. That's what they were trying to do with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. They went back to the Sam Raimi version and tried to copy some of that MCU humor. It didn't work. They tried to do a little bit of it with Venom, but that didn't work. The DCEU tried it very early on and it didn't work and they fell flat on their face. But now they're succeeding more by trying to find their own feel. And you can understand with how Sony's proceeding with Tom Holland attached and whatever he's going to be doing, that they're going to try very hard to make you think that this is an MCU film. But you have to realize that that's all they're going to try to do. And I think people are going to wisen up realizing that that's not it. I mean, sure, let's say they get John Watts and he comes back and he directs the third film, or the Spider-Man film for Sony. Again, he's not going to have that Kevin Feige feel, and it can't look aesthetically like an MCU film, because again, that's the MCU version. Like, if you look out there, if you look at all the superhero movies out there, if you were to line them up, you can tell which ones are MCU films, and you can tell which ones are not, because there's a distinct difference in them. How they're shot, how they're edited, the special effects, everything just looks different in the MCU as opposed to the other competitors. Trying to mimic that is never going to work for Sony. Are they going to try? Of course they are. But you tell me, is it going to work? Because so far the pattern for Sony has not been a successful mimicking, so I guess we'll see.